Kyng's surname meaning and history presented by coadb.com. Surname meaning: it is an English, Scottish, and Irish surname that developed as a nickname derived from the Old English word cyng for someone who presented himself in a kingly manner or displayed kingly qualities, or for someone who acted out the part of a king in tournaments, festivals, and folk rituals in medieval Europe. One such event was May Day, an ancient festival which marked the beginning of spring. Villages sometimes crowned their own May Day king and queen. Early bearers included Aelwine the Kyng in England in 1050 AD, Geoffrey Kyng in Cambridgeshire in 1177, Wuluricus the Kyng in Suffolk in 1182, John the Kyng in Norfolk in 1273, Walter the Kyng in Cambridgeshire in 1273, and William Kyng in Yorkshire, England in 1379. Landed gentry families included King of Ballylin in King's County in Ireland. This family descended from Sir Gilbert Kyng. King of Chadshunt in County Warwickshire, England. They were represented in the 19th century by Edward Raleigh Kyng. King of Staunton Park in County Herefordshire, England. They were represented in the 19th century by James Kyng. Noble titles held included the King baronetcy of Boyle Abbey and the County of Roscommon, a title created in the baronetage of Ireland in 1682 for Sir Robert Kyng, a member of Parliament for Ballyshannon, and the second son of Sir Robert Kyng, who died in 1657, an Irish soldier and statesman, who was in turn the son of Sir John Kyng, who died in 1637, a politician, landowner, and privy councillor of Ireland. Here we see Boyle Abbey. Sir Robert Kyng, the fourth baronet of Boyle Abbey, was elevated to the peerage of Ireland as Barrow Kingsborough in the year 1748. Edward Kyng, a member of Parliament and the eldest son of Sir Henry Kyng, the third baronet of Boyle Abbey, was elevated to the peerage of Ireland as Baron Kingston in 1764, Viscount Kingston in 1766, and Earl Kingston in 1768. And here we see Robert Kyng, the second Earl, who died in 1799, along with George Kyng, the third Earl, who died in 1839. Here we see the family seat of Castle Mitchelstown. Baron Heiress of Boyle in the county of Roscommon was a title created in the peerage of Ireland in 1800 for General Sir Robert Kyng, who was further elevated to Viscount Lorton in 1806. The King baronetcy of Bellevue in the county of Kent was a title in the baronetage of Great Britain created in 1792 for the naval officer and colonial governor Sir Richard Kyng. He was succeeded by his son, also Richard Kyng, second baronet, who was a vice admiral in the Royal Navy who fought with distinction at the Battle of Trafalgar. And here we see Richard Kyng, first baronet, and Richard Kyng, second baronet, as well as one of the family estates of Mount Warehouse in Exeter, England. The King baronetcy of Charlestown in the county of Roscommon was created in 1815 for Sir Gilbert Kyng, a captain in the 5th Royal Irish Regiment Dragoons, son of Captain Gilbert Kyng, a member of Parliament, who was himself a descendant of Edward Kyng, Bishop of Elphin, who died in 1639. Here we see a list of the King baronets of Charlestown all the way through the 7th baronet, Sir Peter Alexander Kyng, who died in 1973. And here we see the family estate of Charlestown House, I believe. King baronetcy of Corrard in the county of Fermanagh was created in the baronetage United Kingdom in 1821 for Sir Abraham Bradley Kyng, alderman and Lord Mayor of Dublin, and the title became extinct on the death of the 3rd baronet, Sir Charles Simeon Kyng, in 1921. Here we see the family estate of Corrard House, however it's pronounced. Kyng baronetcy of Campsie in the county of Stirling was created in 1888 for Sir James Kyng, Lord Provost of Glasgow and the director of Clydesdale Bank. And here we see one of the estates he owned of Carstairs House. Notables included Alan S. Kyng, born 1899, an American stage actress and singer who began her career in vaudeville. James Kyng, First Lord Eithin, born 1589, a Scottish soldier who served in the Swedish army and who later supported King Charles I in the Bishops' War and then later in the English Civil War. John Kyng, who died in 1621, Bishop of London in the Church of England. Henry Kyng, born 1592, an English poet who served as the Bishop of Chichester. William Kyng, born 1650, he was Archbishop of Dublin. James Kyng, born 1715, Canon of Windsor, Dean of Raphoe, and Speaker of the House of Commons. Lieutenant General Sir Henry Kyng, born 1776, a British Army officer and Member of Parliament for County Sligo in Ireland. Edward Bolton Kyng, born 1800, a British Whig politician from Umberslade who served as High Sheriff and Member of Parliament for Warwickshire. William Kyng, born 1786, a British physician and philanthropist from Brighton. Captain James Kyng, born 1750, an officer in the Royal Navy who served under James Cook on his last voyage around the world. John Kyng, born 1655, an important English clergyman. Philip Gidley Kyng, born 1758, a British politician who was the third governor of New South Wales in Australia. And lastly, Rufus Kyng, born 1755, an American founding father, lawyer, politician, and diplomat, who was one of the signers of the U.S. Constitution. Early settlers included Henry Kyng, who came aboard the Jonathan in 1620. Richard Kyng came aboard the Anne Elizabeth in 1634. Thomas Kyng came in 1634 above the Elizabeth. Edward Kyng came aboard the Globe in 1635. Percy Kyng came aboard the Elizabeth and Anne in 1635, and George Kyng came aboard the Hercules in 1635. And if you enjoyed this video, please visit us at coadb.com where we offer genealogy research services. Link in the description. Thank you very much.